I am very excited about this game, but for anybody else watching who may be a little unfamiliar, can you tell us a little bit about the game?
OVERKILL'S The Walking Dead is a 4-player cooperative shooter set in the Walking Dead universe. We've had the privilege of working together with Robert himself on making the game, because the game is based on the comic books. So you play as either Aiden, Heather, Maya, or Grant, as one of the 4 survivors of a group that tries to scavenge Washington, D.C. and just survive in the world that is The Walking Dead.
And so each of these different characters have different squad roles, right?
So you can have a good co-op FPS without some really good cooperative teamwork skills. So in our game, the different characters have different abilities that tie to their personality. So before we launched the game, we introduced some of them through story trailers. So for example, Maya, she used to be a surgeon before the outbreak happened. But nowadays, instead of just saving people, she also kills stuff, right?
Oh.
So yeah. However, she can still use the medic bag, and her skills from her past life are still viable in this life. Same goes with Aiden, for example. He likes to get out his aggression with a baseball bat and calls for walkers almost, so he's a bit cocky in that sense. And then you have Heather, who's more of a scout, more of a calm, but you don't want to mess with her. And then you have Grant, who's the older, wiser guy of the group, making sure that nobody dies. So you have to work together using the different roles and different skills that are tied to the roles in order to make sure that you all come out alive.
So of course, in a game like this, it's very important to level things up. So what exactly do we get from leveling up our camps and leveling up our team members?
The way the game is set up is that you have your camp and you then venture out into Washington, D.C. to gather resources, scraps, gadgets, other stuff that you need, not only to build the weapons that you have in order to survive, but also in order to upgrade your camp and make sure it grows larger and to help other survivors, etc.
So can you tell us a little bit more about the different weapon loadouts?
It's a broken world. The outbreak happened, nothing's working anymore, so you gotta grab what you can and try to get by with that. So OVERKILL'S The Walking Dead features a host of different weapons, both melee weapons, ranging from spears to baseball bats and machetes, to range weapons, where you have anything from shotguns and assault rifles and sniper rifles and so on and so forth. The only question is in what kind of shape they are, and if the scope is whole or if it's broken, because all of these things will affect the way you play in the universe.
So I noticed that obviously we have to fight the dead, but what about the living? Are the living, are they NPCs? Are they other players?
Really good question. So OVERKILL'S The Walking Dead is a cooperative game with a PvE focus, so it's player versus environment. And of course, the walkers are always going to be a threat, but the real danger in the world of The Walking Dead is the other humans. Because we all know that the walkers only have one agenda, but the humans, we don't know what they want.
So you mentioned earlier that Robert Kirkman's actually working with you guys on this game. So for fans out there, how can they recognize that this isn't a Walking Dead universe as opposed to just a general zombie universe?
Because it's based on the comic books, it's his thoughts, his ideas, and that's what we love. So our job has been to try to mirror that and to try to elevate that into a 3D world.
So of course I have to ask, when can we get our hands on this game?
It's coming out November 6th here in the Americas and November 8th in the rest of the world, and it's pre-orderable right now online.
We were so many things. Husbands and wives, doctors and teachers, writers and architects. But when the world ended, all that ended too. Every day we fight for more than survival. We fight to build a new life. Alone, we're weak. But together, we might stand a chance.
Like and share if you enjoy the video and think others might benefit from this, and of course subscribe and hit the notification button if you are new to the channel and want to be notified every time I post a video.